We're live from Chevy Chase.
Welcome back. It's time for our morning chat, and today we're chatting about how to deal with the stresses of everyday life. In particular, extreme anxiety, which we all seem to have from time to time, but there's benefits that you can achieve through counseling, and we have certified counselor and the owner of Balance You Counseling and Wellness, Savannah Martha, with us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we made this our question of the day. Do you suffer from anxiety?
Yeah.
But people may not know what true anxiety is. So give us a definition of what it is.
Yeah, so anxiety is a persistent worry or fear, a lot of overthinking thoughts that we may experience. With anxiety, there are two main components. We have a cognitive component and then a physical component. So cognitive meaning our thought process. So if we are having, again, those overthinking thoughts, if we are thinking about worst case scenario, that kind of thing, we may be struggling with anxiety. And then we have the physical component as well, meaning whatever physical symptoms you may experience when having anxiety. So maybe that is irregular heartbeat, palms are sweaty, trouble breathing, a tightness in the chest is how a lot of people describe anxiety. So if you're experiencing either one of those components, you may be experiencing anxiety.
Okay, Savannah, you just self-diagnosed me. Because I am totally an overthinker.
Right.
I overthink all the time. I know you were sitting there thinking, this is Lee.
Yes.
This is Lee. But at what point is this a normal behavior, having overthinking problems, to something that's real and something that should get examined?
Right. I think that if it is starting to hinder you from daily life, and if it's starting to affect like your daily activities and just how you're going about things, then maybe we want to get it checked out. I mean, everybody struggles with anxiety to some extent, right? Whether it's situational or generalized. But if it's starting to hinder us and really start to affect our life and our ability to cope, then maybe we want to get assessed.
Absolutely. And you can help with that. So give us a little help right now. When we start to have these challenging thoughts or anxious thoughts, what should we do?
Yeah, so one little quick tip that I like to encourage people to try when struggling with anxiety is challenging that thought, right? So with anxiety, a lot of times we tend to go to worst case scenario.
All the time.
All the time.
Immediately.
We just jump right over there. We create scenarios and narratives in our head that might not happen or are not likely to actually occur, right? So when we are experiencing that worst case scenario thought process, we can challenge ourselves by identifying 3 more realistic situations or scenarios that might actually happen, right? So if you call your loved one and they don't pick up the phone and you start to, again, jump to worst case scenario, you're concerned that something bad may have happened to them or they were in an accident, what are 3 more realistic situations that could actually be happening?
They could be in the bathroom.
They could be in the bathroom.
They could be mad at you and just don't want to talk to you.
That's true too, yes.
They could be in the shower, maybe their phone died, maybe they're busy at work, So that can kind of help challenge that thought process. And then also just asking yourself too, how is this thought benefiting me right now?
Interesting.
And if you ask yourself that, you're not likely to come up with it with an answer. It's not beneficial.
So how do you encourage people to take that next step? So because there's such, what do you want to call it?
Stigma?
Stigma,
maybe.
Thank you. There's a stigma associated with getting help. So how do you encourage people to take that next step?
Well, I always tell people, I like to normalize mental health in general and anxiety especially. So normal. You are not alone. I have anxiety. All my clients have anxiety to some extent. We all experience it. So I think normalizing it helps. And then, talking to a trusted individual, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a loved one, and then also seeking professional support as well.
I think that's helpful too, because you don't know me, and so I can tell you anything and anything at all that I want to share with you. And you're not going to judge me.
Exactly.
You're going to just offer your advice and help, and you're trained to do this.
I think I know therapy can sound really scary, and it's about finding the right fit too, someone that you feel comfortable talking to. And yeah, knowing that that judgment and bias is not going to be
Well,
there.
I feel very comfortable with you, so I want you to stick around after the show. I have a lot to talk about. Well,
have a
thank you,
little session.
Savannah, for being here today.
Yeah.
All of the information is on the screen. Please get help if you need it.